right, so I would love to introduce Mr. Jonathan Paris's bio. Jonathan was an industrial engineer who has developed vast experience in marketing and technology for over a decade and was successfully adapted his knowledge to real estate and mortgage industry. As a result, Jonathan founded Visual Open House, one of the first company in Los Angeles specialized in mixing 3D tour and professional photography executively for the real estate industry. So I would like to ask you to join me in welcoming Mr. Jonathan Paris to the virtual lectern.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hiroko. Thank you so much for all of you for inviting me. It's been, a pleasure working with you for all these years. And again, it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm going to be sharing some information. Probably you know it already. Some probably you won't. So I'm going to ask you please to save all your questions for the very end. We're going to start with the very basics. Actually, I'm going to start sharing my screen right now. Okay. Perfect. So again, my name is Jonathan Paris. Thank you again for the introduction, Hiroko. And yeah, we're going to talk about how to effectively market your listings. And this presentation is segmented in three main areas. The first one is the marketing tools that you should use for every listing. We're going to talk about the very, very, very basics. Then we're going to go a little more into high tech and see, what are these new technologies to showcase your listings. And then at the very end, since we have these amazing tools available and ready for our listings, then we're going to see how to promote it on social media and different other platforms as well. So let's get into it. The first one, marketing tools that you should use for your listings. I'm going to start with the photos can make or break a deal. And what you're about to see, it's, some images are actually kind of disturbing if you want to see it that way. I went online last night and went to Zillow and Redfin and Trulia and pull up some listings that are active right now on the market. And this is the kind of things that you find today. So this is the main photo of a listing in Inglewood, $650,000. Of course, the address is hidden for, privacy purposes and out of respect of the realtor. But this is the main photo and only one photo of this listing. So this is the kind of photos that you don't want to use definitely on your listings. This one, oh my God, when I saw this, it's like, I cannot believe they're using these kind of photos for $663,000 in Los Angeles listings. There are like three no-nos kind of thing that when you're taking exterior photos for the front photo, which is like the gate should always be closed. Then the trash cans should always be away. And you shouldn't be shooting on a rainy day. Well, it seems that it's happening, all the way on the contrary. So it's on a rainy day, the gates are open, and this is again, the only one photo for the listing. This one, okay, the guy did a, good job, like trying to have some verticals in the property. However, it was taken from inside the car. You can see the window here, and then, the mirror right here. So, this is something that you shouldn't be doing. If you're going to take a photo, I mean, at least get off your car and, take it straight, not from inside the car. This is in Inglewood at $675,000. This one is a multi-family listing at $729,000 in Los Angeles. This is the only one photo on the MLS. I don't quite understand like what is exactly, I don't know, like probably they want to show the structure, but again, this is the kind of things that you find today in active listings. Again, I pulled it up last night from Zillow, Trulia, etc. This one is 900,000 in Los Angeles. And this is a photo of a screen. I mean, you can see here these artifacts right here that shows that the photo was taken. So they took the photo to the screen directly, which is of course absolutely a no-no. Again, the only one photo of this listing, the main photo. And well, here we go. The $1 million property right now in LA, and no, it's not in LA, actually it's in Burbank, and this is the main photo. Can you believe that? $1 million property. I mean, when I'm saying this to some other partners, around the country, when you say $1 million in California, well, $1 million is, we know our market. We cannot buy a mansion for sure here with $1 million. But if you go to other markets, I'm going to say Iowa, Ohio, even Florida, with $1 million, you can buy a huge property, Texas, Nevada. And then when I share this with some friends out there, and they go like, it's impossible that at $1 million property, you have this main photo to showcase the property on the MLS. It's pretty much unbelievable. And I mean, the thing is that the way I'm assuming this, what happens is that probably there was a glitch on the photo or something like that that created these artifacts. But it's the realtor's responsibility to go back and check how's the status of the profile online. So this probably didn't happen, as you can see. So you can see these kind of photos right now. So this is what actually, what I always tell to all my clients. You have to take into consideration that your name is your brand. I don't know if you've heard the brain share. As we have market share, we also have brain share. You are not only competing with different brands in your brain, but you're competing with pretty much every single category that we live in our lives. Every single buyer and seller, they do have many options for to work with different agents. So the thing is that if you have your brand as your name and you're putting these photos on the MLS, that's the brand that you are advertising for yourself. And that's how you're gonna be showing yourself into the world. So people actually are gonna see you like, oh, this realtor didn't take care of himself, of his own brand, and how is gonna be taking care of my own listing if he's putting these photos that way on the MLS. That's something that shouldn't be happening. So you always take this into consideration. Your name is your own brand. And this is what, of course, professional photography would look in the right way to do it. Of course, you might be thinking, well, this is all super nice, but these all are super high-end properties, not like the probably lower-end properties that we were looking at before. But not necessarily. If you're working with a professional photographer, he's going to work with this is low-end property right now, the one you're seeing right now. And you work with the right angle, and then maybe you can work out some Photoshop and then remove some extra stuff. This is the same property, for instance, outside in the garage. You could see all this stuff. And then if you're working with a professional photographer, you can remove it, and then have it clean. And again, this is very important. I always tell my clients, do the things within the law, meaning that you shouldn't be able to be removing all these cables, because that's, as you know, it's illegal. The fines are pretty hefty if you remove stuff that you won't be a remover later on. But you can remove clutter like this. So, for instance, in some other cases, I would add a little grass over here, but then I just leave it as is, which is like regular dirt. So stay and try to show the property as is, but this is something that definitely you can show on the MLS, and you don't even have to highlight like it's a virtually staged or something like that. However, when you're doing virtual staging, I'm sorry, like this is something that you have to highlight on the MLS, and you have to put down there that this is a virtual staging photo, because it's so real that you can misguide potential buyers. So when you're doing this, just make sure that you're super clear that you're showing on the MLS first the photo as is of the property, and then the virtual staging. That's actually the way to do it. Another one tip that I'd like to, of course, commend, but again, we're starting from the basics, and then we're gonna go a little deeper. Probably you know this, but it's very important to upload all the photos on the MLS at the same time. I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know if you know how it works, but Zillow, Trulia, all these platforms, what they do is that they pull the data from the MLS, and they have something that is called spiders. They literally crawl the internet, pulling the data from this, from the MLS nationwide. You have to upload all the photos at the same time. So these small spiders are going to pull the data live. The thing is that these spiders are not perfect. And sometimes if you just like upload one photo on the MLS, and then, oh, I just want to be live, so I'm going to upload one photo, and then I'm just going to wait for the rest. Well, the problem is that sometimes it's instant, you know, once you update the profile, but some other times it's going to take maybe 20 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, and sometimes a day, and sometimes they don't even update. So it's very important to upload all the photos at the same time on the MLS. And again, once you're uploading this virtual staging photo, for instance, there's a caption on the MLS once you upload the photo, and it's very important to say this is virtually staged, just to avoid any kind of fines in the future. One tip also regarding virtual staging is that you should be, as a strategy for your own marketing, staging the property virtually in different themes. For instance, this is a property in Manhattan Beach, and they wanted to show how this is a very large basement that they have. It's over 1,000 square feet basement, and they wanted to show potential buyers the potential that has this basement. And in this case, as you can see, they wanted to show it as an office, but also they wanted to show it and see like how does it will look as a gym, for instance. And there you see, so it's the same space with different themes, and that gives potential buyers, you know, the vision, because let's face it, you know, potential buyers, they have a tough time visualizing the potential of spaces. Sometimes they actually pull out from a deal because they don't visualize how they would live there and what they can do with that space. And sometimes just give them some ideas like this will give them, hey, you know, yes, like I can use that space as a gym or as an office. Imagine, you know, if you, especially after the pandemic, that we learn how to work from home. Imagine having your own office with your 6 employees right here with 6 desks. And then, or if you don't want to, you just want to have a full gym, then you can have the space. Imagine explaining that to a potential buyer. That is going to be amazing. Okay, so well, that's one of the basic tools. Photography, always hire a professional photographer. And I always tell this to my clients, and it really don't hire me, hire a professional photographer, because it's gonna definitely make yourself, your brand, as I mentioned before, totally you know, ahead. So now that we talked about photos, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000,000. So I want to talk a little bit about video tours now, which is, of course, one of the basic tools, but it's a little higher or deeper. So I'm going to talk first about some video facts to tell you about the importance of videos right now. Adding a video to an email increased the click-through rate by 200 to 300%. Imagine that, just adding a video to an email. Adding a video to a landing page can increase conversion by 80%. Including a video on your home page can increase conversion rates by 20%. And videos generate more than 1,200% more social shares than text and image posts. Imagine that. And video drives 157% increase in organic traffic from search engines. Imagine, video traffic will be over 85% of all consumer internet traffic by 2023, up from 73% back in 2016, meaning that this 85% of consumer internet traffic is that everything you see in internet, everything you see, 85% is video. Imagine how important is video. I still have some clients that they are kind of resistant and hesitating about doing videos, and I explain this to them, that it's very important to have video in your marketing strategy. Not only, of course, I'll be focusing here on property videos and video tours for listings, but you shouldn't be only doing videos for the properties. You should be doing videos also for yourself, like marketing videos, professionally done. And there's another thing. Right now, we live in this era of sharing. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a full professional video made by a professional company. The thing and the key is to make a video that looks professional. And there are some tips, and of course, we won't be discussing this today, but I can definitely be super more than happy to share those tips with you to do self videos with your phone, and then they would look professional, so you can brand yourself out there, in a very professional look. So some other video facts, as you know, YouTube is extremely important, is the main dominant. You might think, well, Netflix, everybody knows Netflix. Everybody uses Netflix for, watching movies and stuff like that. You might think that Netflix, especially if you see the price of their stocks right now, which is like ultra high, you might think that they are like dominant, and it's not the case. It's actually YouTube. YouTube has over 1.8 billion unique monthly visitors. Unique monthly visitors, meaning that, and it's very important to explain what unique means, is that you have two kinds of visitors in a website. Unique monthly visitors, and then just regular visitors. Regular visitors means that they count every single person that click on the link to take them to the website, or any single person that just typed, for instance, youtube.com, it's counted as a visitor. And if one person goes 5 times in a day, that is always added as well in the total. In this case, if that person went into YouTube 5 times in a day, 10 times in a week, whatever, it doesn't count. It just counts as just one visitor. So meaning that 1.8 billion different people visited YouTube or visit YouTube every month. Imagine how big it is, and imagine the importance of being on YouTube. Imagine the importance of having your own channel on YouTube. Is extremely, extremely important. And I'm going to show you a few samples of these video tours that I could find again on live listings, and then I'm going to give you some tips as well. Okay, in this case, is the realtor that took his phone and did the video himself. I'm going to share it right now. Okay, there's, first of all, one thing. Once you're sharing, and this is very important, once you're sharing or using a YouTube platform for the MLS, actually, I'm going to go back a little earlier. When you receive a link from your photographer, videographer, etc., to download the video, that's exactly what it is. You cannot use that link and copy paste it on the MLS. It won't work. The MLS only allows video hosting like Vimeo or like YouTube. So if you're using YouTube, then you download the video to your computer and then upload it to YouTube, and then that link is the one that you're going to be pasting on the MLS. That's how it works. However, it's very important. You should have 2 channels. Why is that? And this is something that I've never heard from anyone, and I see a lot of marketing people saying that you should actually use your channel on the MLS, and I've seen hefty fines of clients that they use their channel for the MLS. Why is that? Because you can see here their information. And according to the MLS, I'm sorry, the MLS guidelines, this is considered branding. And as you know, if you're uploading a video tour directly on the MLS, it shouldn't be branded. It needs to be unbranded in full, meaning that if you are on YouTube, I'm sorry, or any other video hosting, you cannot have any kind of branding, even in your own page on YouTube. So I don't understand why actually this person used his own channel here, but it shouldn't be done. So yes, create a different channel that is unbranded just to upload the unbranded videos on the MLS. That's very important. Let's continue. So of course, you take the phone and then you just go, this is in downtown LA, you show the views, and then you go here, you show the closet, you open it. Okay, this is a regular video tour, do it yourself, right? To put it on the MLS. So if you want to do it yourself, again, we're not going to go right now into details. I'll be more than happy to share later on. I'm sorry. Later on, I can share some tips about how to make it look better and professionally done. But this is one of the videos that definitely you can do for the listings. But I definitely would recommend to go with something a little higher. This is done for a property. I'm sorry. And this is not made by us. This is just a random property that I found online. And then as you can see, it's more professional. It seems that, you have the title, there's a teal down. And you have the presentation of the exterior. And this is a video tour in just one shot made by a professional photographer, it seems like. Again, it's not made by us. But there are a few things that, now that we're talking about it, I always tell my clients it's very important to prepare the property before you go to the basics of photos and video. For instance, you can see here the dog plates. That's something that shouldn't be there. This fan right here, I'm sorry, shouldn't be there. Those are the things that actually need to be hidden before the shoot. Here in the kitchen, for instance, you can see all these cleaning products and this rope right here. That shouldn't be taken off prior to the shoot. So preparing the property is very important. Showing the windows, that's fine. But again, if you can hide all this stuff, it is a little distracting for viewers to watch this kind of stuff. Like, definitely, if you have the time to go to the property, I'm so sorry, and ask the owner, oh, let's work on this. Let's remove all this stuff that we don't need on the shoot. Let's remove the cars from the front of the property. Let's remove the trash cans out of the property. That kind of thing is going to make your videos and photos way more, way cleaner. Okay. You can see both laptops here of probably the person that is living there. There's no way to show, there's no need to show that. Definitely we could work with the person and then, remove that kind of stuff on top of the table prior to the shoot. And if we go, for instance, now we're changing here. And then the person is now going to the bedroom. You can see here the dog bed. That is something that maybe you can hide under the bed, So you can see here this item right here. That should be there. Oh, it's very important. Toilets always down. The lid should be always down when you're shooting the bathroom. Containers in the bathrooms should be taken away. Then, small things that you should be aware of is that you can see this drawer right here is like half open. That should be fully closed. That way it's going to look actually cleaner, and it's going to help to have a better shoot. And here, if you go to the second bathroom, those containers should be taken away. Okay, so again, this is like definitely one step over the do-it-yourself video, that's for sure. But if you really want to do something that catch your potential buyer's attention, then you should go all the way and have like professional video like this one. If you have a better presentation of the front, then you ideally, that's how you want to do it. You want to show the exterior first, then the front, and then you want to go through the property and do a real walkthrough in the way that a person would be actually walking through the property. So then you show the living room, then you go to the dining room, and everything makes sense. You're showing the front, living room, dining room, now the kitchen, okay, and everything is looking professionally done. Okay, then every single item is removed from the property. Then you go upstairs, then you show the bedrooms. In this case, the master or primary bedroom. And then you show the primary bathroom. Then you show the office, which is across the master. The views. Then you show the balcony, and then show the rest of the bedrooms. Then you show the bar, that's a bonus room with its own bathroom. Then you show the laundry, and then you show the rooftop. So you go level by level, level 1, level 2, level 3. Show the beautiful views right there on the rooftop. And then you show how it looks on the outside, on the drone, and show the lifestyle, how it looks to me like sitting down there with the family. And then some nice highlights. This property has a direct beach access, so you want to show, for instance, those highlights that are like going to be set in the property. So there's a big difference again between do it yourself video and a professionally done video. So again, one more time, your name is your brand. If you show these kind of videos to your next seller, and then say that you are in a listing presentation and you show this, guess what? This is gonna help you to be ahead of different realtors, because probably you're gonna win the listing just because you're showing the better marketing that you have. So it's very important to go with professionally done videos and photography. Now let's go a little with higher end or let's say high-tech tools and technologies. So if they can bring the to the open house, bring the open house to them. We're going to talk now to 3D virtual tours. We talk about photos, video tours. Now we're going to 3D tours and the different technologies there. So it is very important to mention the benefits of the 3D virtual tour. It is, of course, 100% interactive by design. People can, or potential buyers can just walk through and be 100% in control of what is happening there. It is a permanent open house and is time saving. And of course, if you're saving time, you're saving money. And why is I'm sorry, money saving? Because virtual tours reduce wasted viewings by 40%. By 40%. That helps potential buyers to filter the properties that they simply don't want. How many times you've been with potential buyers and, hey, I want to see 1,000 listings, and then you take them And then after a while they go, well, we didn't like any of them. Why? Well, because, you know, in the pictures looks different, blah, 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 etc. Or, you know, we were not aware that the stairs were that high, or whatever reason. With a virtual tour, you see exactly the property that you're going to get. So that is going to help them to filter the properties prior to showing. And then 92% of prospective buyers research on internet before reaching out to an agent, meaning that everything starts in internet, meaning that your presence in internet should be perfect. You should have perfect photos, perfect videos, and perfect 3D tours. And half of adult internet users in the US have taken a virtual tour, according to the National Association of Realtors last year. So, of course, it's an example of typical virtual tour. This is Matterport. And I want to, you know, give you some tips as well, because some of you are very familiar with Matterport, but there are some features that are not exploited. And I'm telling you, because I can see that data on my dashboard. Not many people are aware that you have this small play button right here to create an automatic tour. Sometimes people might think, well, you know, like if I'm dealing with a older people, probably they won't know exactly how to control the mouse or how to control the 3D tour. Is a little confusing, etc. Despite it's super simple, but I understand. So, well, just tell them, just click on this play button, and then it's going to do it automatically, just like that. It's going to show the exterior, then it's going to go inside, and then it's going to walk through by itself. So you don't have to do absolutely anything. It's like almost like a video, but it's I'm going to say a video created out of the 3D tour. Okay, this is very important for the buyer, so they know that, hey, if you don't know how to do it, just simply click on that play button. There's another feature that people don't know about it, is that you have the virtual floor plan of the property right here. You have two kind of floor plans. The first one, which is the dollhouse, is a 3D dollhouse like that. You can see how it looks in 3D, and also you can see the virtual floor plan by floor. So in this case, you click on this floor selector. Let's go to floor 1, for instance, or floor 2. And this is another feature that nobody knows about it and nobody used, but it's super important. You see this small ruler right here? If you click there, you can measure every single area. You click, for instance, here in this wall, and oh, I know that this entire area is 67 feet, for instance. Okay, now this is super cool to see it here as a floor plan, right? Oh, let me see, for instance, in floor 1, I want to go to the kitchen, which is right, where is the kitchen? Right here, I think. No, this is the bar, for instance. Well, if you are here in the bar, just an example, and you click on the plus button, you still can measure stuff. You can measure, oh, let me see what's the distance from here to here, and it'll tell you. It's simply amazing. Now we know that this bar length is, say, 18 inches, okay? And then, for instance, if we go here and I want to see the distance of that wall, because I want to have my stager, you know, have some different furniture there, then you click there, boom, that wall, you can have measure there. It's simply amazing, guys. And nobody uses this feature, and it's absolutely helpful. Okay, so these are the main features for Matterport. I've been doing 3D tours for a long time. And I'm telling you, I've been using every single technology. I'm going to show you actually different technologies than this one. And this is still the best one. These people, you know, thought it is very well thought. Okay, so, but you may think again, oh, well, but for a high-end property, that's amazing. But how about low-end properties? This is something that actually you should be doing as well for low-end properties like this one. This is in an investor's property. Okay, this one is in Torrance. It's a live listing. And I don't know if you're aware what happened in Torrance, but there's some soil movement going on and a few houses were affected. And then they wanted to show exactly the situation with this property, and they just wanted to show it as is. So as you can see here, this flooring was absolutely broken due to the soil movement. And that's exactly why they want to create a 3D tour, because they want to show it as is for investors, and they can just simply walk around and, you know, see the property, and they don't really have to be there. It's like really being in the property. So it's not only for high-end properties, but for low-end properties as well. It works absolutely fine. There's another thing. In the past, the cameras made for this kind of 3D tours were not able to take any kind of photos in the exterior, 360 photos. Now you can take 360 photos outside to show, for instance, the exterior. This is the front of the house, and then in the back, you can see the backyard, for instance, as a full 360 photo. This is something that you can do now with this technology. So it's really amazing, again, for low-end properties. Okay, so that's Matterport. And then Zillow came with the idea because they understood that 3D tours are, you know, they were getting, a few years ago, they were getting more relevance into buyers. So they created their own technology. And I don't know if you've heard about it. Zillow came with something that's called 3D Hump. It works like this. So it's only 360 photos, okay? And the quality is not quite there, but it works. And then you manually add these little names right here for living room, and that's how you change the view. But that's all you're doing. You're just simply changing the point of view. You don't have this sensation of walking through that you have with Matterport. You simply just like turn around, change the point of view, etc. It works. It's cheaper for sure. It's in fact the hosting for this. Just to let you know, Matterport charges a lot of money for their hosting services, but for Zillow actually doesn't charge at all. You can host a 3D home for free there. Of course, normally what a photographer would charge you is just the actual shoot. So they would charge you just to take the 360 photos inside. But as opposite as Matterport, that if you want to keep the 3D tour for longer than a year, that you have to pay for it. In this case, in Zillow, you don't have to. It'll stay there for free. Okay, so this is something that is there. There's another thing that is called 360 videos. And this is something that very few people are aware of. And the most important thing is that now all these video hosting platforms are allowing to upload 360 videos. What does it mean? This is just an example. Okay, this is a 360 video of the Angel Falls. Okay, so you can see my hand right here.
Angel is located among the jungle of the Canaima National Park, which has almost no roads.
It's amazing, right?
The closest civilized place is 600 kilometers away.
So imagine it's a 6-minute video. I'm just gonna. It's an actual video, but in full 360. This is taken from the helicopter, of course. Now, I'm gonna ask you.
This region is one.
What if we do this in a listing? Imagine that kind of technology, doing 360 videos, full video, not a 3D tour, full video on a property. Well, I actually have seen very few examples, and I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing it. This one is a realtor that she has her own 360 camera and recorded the property
Hi,
herself.
I'm Teresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com.
Okay. And
Today
then
I'm out
see,
front
it's
of
full 360.
1491 Almaden Valley Drive in Almaden Valley.
It's full 360.
And this is a beautiful neighborhood. I want you to take a look around, because
as opposite as a Matterport, not that you can click here and then go there. You just have to wait because it's a video. I mean, if you really want to go forward, you simply move forward here on this bar, And then, okay, now she's inside.
So step inside.
But she's talking about it and she's explaining, and it really, it makes a difference. You know, she added some titles over here. Look around.
This is storage.
And again, it's very easy to do. You just need a 360 camera that you can buy in Best Buy for, I think, $200. Samsung 360 is one. Ricoh, another brand that they sell 360 cameras. So you just go there, just buy the camera, and then, you know, you can explain as you're walking through, and it's a 360.
I love this light.
And it's really great. You know, it's a great way to show the property.
And then you can merge right in here to the kitchen.
It's pretty cool, you know, and then of course it's an 8-minute long video, but
same time that you could have together. Really,
she's showing this pool area right now. It has like an entertainment room, and then if you're with a regular video, you just have like one angle. Here, no, you simply control this. It's amazing. It's pretty cool. Of course, you can see that, you know, you're gonna, in this case, since you're doing it yourself, you're gonna see or buyers are gonna see their realtor's face all the time, which is fine because you're explaining and you're still walking through the property. So this is one way to do it. However, I found just like one case, and not even in Los Angeles, a professionally done video that is done by a realtor there. So they created this, it's called Luxury States International in Las Vegas. It's full 360. And then once it starts, okay, then you see the realtor coming here. He's going to talk to the camera. It's a nice condo in Vegas.
Welcome to Veer Towers, Unit 3502.
But
this is the most extravagant penthouse in all of Las Vegas right now.
While he's talking, then he actually plays some lifestyle stuff going around in 360. I think it's pretty cool, in fact. Just the fact that you have, you know, these two guys playing pool, living the Vegas lifestyle, you know, once you have the views, and then you have these two young ladies having a drink. So he's not only presenting it, but, you know, they're selling the lifestyle. And I think it's a great way to do it, you know? Same thing here with the bedroom. Here's the lifestyle. The guy is just playing with the phone, with a glass of wine, in a 360 environment, full 360 video. You know, then the wife is in the bathroom getting ready to go out. I think this is the most advanced and latest technology available to show lifestyle. This is something that every realtor should look into it to show properties. Now, for instance, we go to the second bedroom, then the walk-in closet, how it looked like to be there. It is simply amazing, guys. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the most important thing is that it's brand new. And as you know, if you get into the game as first, you're gonna be ahead. So definitely this is something that you should be thinking about it. It's simply amazing. Okay, so now that another tool, that we spoke from the basics, photography, why you should do professional photography, then videos, do it yourself, and professionally done videos, then 3D tours, the different technology available right now for 3D tours, and then 360 videos for walking through. Then another tool that you should always do is floor plans. That is very important to show to potential buyers the size of the spaces that they want to live in. So that gives them an idea of, you know, I want to use that room as an office. So what's the size of it? So just so you know, if you're shooting Matterport, you can always ask for a floor plan because the data is there. A Matterport, the 3D tour, is not only a 360 a 3D tour, it's a scanner. So it's actually scanning, as I showed you before with the measurement tool. You have all the measurements of the entire property. So schematic floor plans is a must as well. And then websites, of course, you always have to have a website to show all these marketing tools in one place. And I'm going to explain why, because in a second, I'm going to show you how we're going to move all this into social media. And once you have, it's very important, I'm sorry, to have everything in just one place, because if not, you're going to have the video on one side, then the photos on a different side, and then, you know, the floor plan somewhere else. So ideally, you want to have everything in just one place. So the website is perfect for the purpose. And of course, if you want to do some marketing offline, it's always important. Flyers, everybody knows flyers, everybody do flyers. However, it's very important to add a QR code. I used to do QR code. I've been doing QR codes forever, for 15 years. And I remember it's been at some point I just stopped doing it because nobody actually cared about it in the past. After the pandemic, everybody knows pretty well about what's going on with QR codes. So everybody's using it. And it's a great way to connect the online stuff with your offline stuff. So what I always recommend is have a QR code to take them to your property website, where that, and in that property website there, you know, you're going to have, of course, the video, the photos, the tours, all your marketing stuff, your 360 video, because then in your website, you can embed the video directly from YouTube and just having it right there, and it's going to work in full 360. You don't need anything else on your website. I mean, it's not like you need some coding and they're going to charge you a lot. If they are doing that, don't pay attention, because actually it's free. I mean, if you upload a 360 video on YouTube and then you embed that video on your website, it's free. And it's a great way, as I said, to show the property. So always have your QR code on the flyer to connect the offline marketing materials to the online. So now that we've seen the marketing tools, the basic ones, then the latest technology available, now, how are we going to use this on social media? So I'm going to show you just 2 platforms, the most important, 3 actually. And then we're going to talk first some facts. Important. Mobile is extremely important. We're not in 2011 when only 6% of the people used mobiles to go online. Right now, we're looking over 50% of people only use mobile to go in the internet. This is total. This is traffic share. This is in full. This is like, I need to go to internet for whatever reason, emails, whatever, just browsing, it's 53%. The reason it went down here is because of the pandemic. 2019, it was growing, but then of course people started to work more at home, so it went down a little bit. And then desktop, took a little bit more relevance, and it stays like that in 2021 and 2022. Probably we need to see the data, but I'm guessing that it's going to go up again once people are out. The most popular social platforms, of course, we know Facebook is. This is data from 2022, by the way. Facebook has 2.7 billion users, active users. YouTube has 2 billion users. So we should be focusing in these little 2 guys right here. Instagram, yes, I'm going to show you actually some cool data of Instagram right now, but I'm going to explain why Instagram is good for some stuff, but not necessarily for some others. So let's get into it. Facebook has 53% of Facebook users lie under the age of 35. So that's pretty important. In fact, correct. YouTube, on the other side, is 70% of users are actually from 45 to 64 years old, believe it or not. Okay, so Instagram, on the other hand, 64% are actually under the age of 34. So this is something that I see all the time. People are advertising in Instagram, like if they want to, just like selling their house or selling their listing on Instagram. It's a great way to have some exposure for sure, but not necessarily you're gonna get some direct leads from Instagram. And why? You may actually be wondering why, because this is the problem. You're dealing with 64% of the entire database is under 34. And as we know, 34 probably they're buying their very first home. But if you have a home already that is well established, is, I'm going to say $1.5 million in Beverly Hills or 2 million in Beverly Hills, you know that probably this is not exactly the age group that you want to look into it. You want to go a little higher. That's, you know, according to your segmentation, but that's something that you shouldn't be doing. Same on Facebook and YouTube. Actually, that's why I highlighted those two social medias are more definitely no, I won't say design, but I'm gonna say the way they evolved as of today is that the average users are actually, in this case of YouTube, is 45 to 64, meaning that it's older people for both of them. So now it's very important as well. Don't forget the big boys. You know, we love our apps from our, you know, brokerage, etc. We love it, and we know that they work absolutely fine. But this is number of visits in millions, and this is data from 2021. You can see that Zillow by itself, it has 36 million. Trulia, which of course is the same group, then Zillow has 23. So these two guys has over 50% of the market share of people that are researching homes online, over 50%. So as much as we don't want to work with them, as much as we're not very, we don't like their policies and stuff like that, we have to be smart, and we have to think about doing some advertising in Zillow and Trulia. Okay, and this is the three tips that I wanted to share before, is that over 80% of the videos will be watched without sound in 2022, and captions are a must. This is very important. Once you're doing a video, add some captions, because again, 80% of videos will be watched muted this year. So captions are a must. Another thing, Instagram's algorithm prioritize short form video content like stories and reels, meaning that if you just upload, and this is what I was talking about before, if you're just uploading a photo on Instagram and you're not using their stories and reels, probably actually you're not reaching anyone. Probably a lot of people won't see that photo right there. It doesn't matter what kind of photo. I'm talking about properties, lifestyle, whatever you're advertising for yourself, they won't see it because they simply prioritize stories and reels. So you have to do stories and reels. You must do it. If not, you can have 1,000 posts, and then after a year, you're gonna, look back and it's like, well, my database of followers is, stayed the same. Of course, because you haven't worked on your stories and reels. It's very important. And of course, you have to run Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube ads for your videos to drive traffic to your website. It's very important. So I prepared some, let's get into it actually. How to buy these ads on, I'm gonna close all this. Okay, how to buy ads on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm gonna start on YouTube. And this is pretty cool. In fact, it's pretty easy how to buy ads for YouTube. Say that you have already your amazing video, right? And then you just want to promote it. Well, you have two options. I'm going to start with the channel. So once you have your channel, okay, I'm going to go back. This is youtube.com. You go to youtube.com. You go to youtube.com, and then you click here on the top right, and then you're going to click on YouTube Studio. That's where you're going to see all your stuff right there. Okay, this is my studio, right? And then if you go to content, that's where you're going to see all your videos. So I'm going to say, for instance, okay, I have this video that I uploaded actually for Janine, by the way, a few weeks ago. You have two options. You can click here on these three dots over here and click on promote, and then it's going to take you to your Google Ads dashboard. You click on get started, and then boom, you can create your new campaign. However, you can go, for instance, on ads.google.com. Okay, if you want to do it manually, you click there, and then you, of course, you have to sign in, and then you click on start now, and it's going to take you pretty much to the same place. In my case, it's going to take me to my own dashboard to see where I see all my campaigns. But then if you click on new campaign, it's going to take you, okay, since I'm doing it directly from Google Ads, I have the option to do some other stuff, but we're just going to focus on YouTube, which is here. Get more brand awareness with video views. You click there, you click next, and then boom, it's the same page that you were before here. Add preview, etc. So, however, in this case, okay, correct. So let's do it right now so you can see how to buy this ad. Super simple. Okay, I'm gonna go back here, okay, and I'm gonna choose a different video. Okay, let's see, let's try this one. Okay, let me share. Okay, so let me, again, you can do it from here. You can promote it straight from your YouTube channel, or you can just simply do it manually. So let's do it here from the YouTube channel. So it's gonna go straight to the ad and how it would look your ad. So again, you have your video, you upload it to YouTube, then you click on those three dots, say click on promote, and then boom, it's gonna take you here. You have two options: drive video views and traffic to your property website, or create engagement with your channel. Don't do this, because unless you are a YouTuber that has tons of followers, this will only be under your own channel, because it's about engagement with your own audience. Just click on drive video views and traffic to a website, meaning that you're using this video as a TV commercial kind of thing. So you're using this video to bring people to your landing page. And then of course you want to have here your landing page, whatever, 123willshare.com. Okay. And this is very important. Add a call to action button. Once you click on this link right here, then it by default is not there, as you can see. And if you click next, it won't be there. So you click here and then it will show. The beautiful thing about this is that you can customize that button and say visit, or I'm gonna say tour now. This is how it's gonna look. Or we're gonna say come, whatever, here, join us, or just visit, whatever. They have some call to actions right there by default: play now, order now, book now, sign up, shop now, etc. But you can say something like tour now works pretty well, actually. And then just the headline, you can say something like home for sale. Okay, you just have only 15 characters, which is going to be right here. Do something catchy, so people will know what you're talking about, or what is this video about, what is this ad about. View violations, probably is this home for sale. So yes, sometimes it shows that you shouldn't be adding any kind of capitalization if it's a non-starter to have a lot of capitalization. So let's leave it in blank for now. And then you click on next. Oh, wait. Correct. Tour now. I think that the problem is that you have capital T and capital N. Let's see. There you go. Now it's good. So just be aware that if you have that little button right there, don't do it in full caps. Just like have the first letter in caps. Okay, so here's the beautiful thing about how you can segmentate in YouTube. In this case, is North America. Just no, we don't want North America. We just want to go, for instance, I'm going to say Beverly Hills 90210. Okay, then it's going to show you that zip code. So it's going to stay, that ad is going to stay only in that area. And then it's going to give you some estimated performance about like impression, views, and average cost per view. In the past, you could buy, there are two ways of analyzing your cost for an advertising: CPC, which is cost per click, or CPV, which is cost per view. In this case, and today, actually, YouTube is not allowing to analyze anything by cost per click, because they determined that with their algorithm, their cost per view is way more effective. So this is the cost per view, meaning that every single time that video ad is going to be shown, this is the average cost. And then they're going to give you an estimated of views, which is going to be between 3,000 and almost 9,000 views, and impressions. Meaning that, and impressions means that they're going to show the ad on your segmentation, and then they estimate that probably half are going to click there and just going to watch the ad, okay? Or they don't have to actually click on it. They're just going to let it run for a few seconds. So they estimate that probably half of it are just going to watch at least 30 seconds of your video ad. So you click on next, and then you can segmentate here by age. And I would leave it. So this is very important. On Facebook in the past, I had so many issues because they were very strict with real estate laws about like not non-discrimination laws. So if you even remove people that we don't want to see our ad, 18 to 24, for sure, we don't want them to see a home for sale ad, that would give them, they wouldn't approve the ad that was on Facebook. Now, they actually changed their algorithm a little bit, and then you can play a little bit in a wider age range, and they would approve it. But still, right now here in YouTube is working just fine, and you should just remove the age that you don't want. So you just click, for instance, from 25 to 65, not a parent unknown. It doesn't matter. It's going to include everybody, female, male, and unknown. Then click on next. Super simple. And this is, again, the beautiful thing about this. Their algorithm is going to try to show the ad among people with these interests. So you want to sell lifestyle for sure. So yes, definitely go with outdoors, nightlife, green living, family focus, charitable, business professionals, art and theater aficionados. I wouldn't go with technology and travel or vehicles, for instance, but I would go, for instance, with luxury shoppers, for instance, or bargain hunters. Or I would go as well, for instance, with beauty or wellness, beauty mavens, frequently visited salons, etc. And then you can create according to your own marketing plan. You definitely, and again, this is how you are advertising yourself. If you want to go definitely with people that have a lifestyle of luxury, just definitely click here, and then, but that's something that you have to, that criteria, you need to think it beforehand. And then you click next, and then it's going to ask you for your daily budget, $20 daily, $10 daily, $1 daily, and then it's going to tell you, well, if you have an advertising of $1 daily, your impression is going to be just 400 to 800. You're going to have only 240 views, and the cost is going to stay the same. However, if you do it at $20 daily, then it goes up to almost 14,000 impressions. And then you can select from how long it's going to run the ad, from today until, say, April the 20th, or until, I just want it until Friday, just 2 days. That's all. Then click next, and then boom, that's all. You have everything here. You have your interest, your demographics, language, location, daily budget. Click next, and then you're done. It's super easy, super easy. If you have any questions about this, again, I would be more than happy to answer them. I know it's 2:22, so I need to go fast. I just need 3 more minutes to show how it works on Facebook, and then I'll be done. So this is how it's done on YouTube, to run your beautiful video ad on YouTube. Let's do it on Facebook now. I'm gonna, this is actually a little easier than you might think. Facebook changes things all the time. And they change their layout like every single day. So once you go to facebook.com, you're gonna click here just to make sure that you are on this dashboard. And then you're gonna click on Ad Center. Once you click on Ad Center, it's going to show, and it's very important, to advertise on Facebook, you have to have a page. You have to create a page. You cannot advertise on Facebook directly from your personal friends page. You have to create a page, a business page, that now is called Meta Business, in order to advertise. So these are several pages that I manage, okay? So I'm going to use, well, actually, I'm part of Women's Council back in 2018. And then once you selected the page that you want to advertise, then you click on create an ad. Okay, and then it's going to tell you, what do you want to do? You want to boost an Instagram post. We want to boost an event. For instance, you can have an event here on your page, an open house, you can boost it. You can boost a post, okay? For instance, you uploaded a video again, or a set of photos of the property, then you can post it here. And then you simply let's create a new ad. And in this new ad, you would be able to add whatever you want, text, photos, videos, whatever. So let's say, for instance, that you want to create a new ad, okay? So then you go here, done. Well, this is something that is, okay, this is create an ad, perfect. So yeah, this is the description of the ad. You're gonna write down all the description right here. And then you're gonna have, like in YouTube, a call to action button, which is right here. Sign up, apply now, get quote, etc. This one, however, is it's not customizable, you know, so this is very important. So what I would just suggest is, for instance, if you are call now, if you're promoting a listing, just use call now, or book now, or learn more, or something like that. But that's unfortunately from Facebook. And then you simply click on promote here. Okay, very important. Go to your audience. Okay, and in the audience, once you click here, it's going to tell you the same thing, from 18 to 65 years old. Again, in the past, if you drag this a little bit up, it won't tell you, hey, you're doing real estate, you cannot do it. Now they change it, and now it's working better, at least. So you have all genders, men and women, then the age, and then you're gonna add the locations right here. United States plus 25 miles. You know, actually you can do any kind of, this is actually better, works better than YouTube. You can add any location you want to. For instance, I'm gonna say Culver City. Then you go by city and plus 25 miles radius. And then you can select the radius that you want to. Just like, no, I want just Culver City plus 10 miles radius, you know, something like this. It's perfect. Okay, and then detailed targeting. This is the tags. And the tags are related to the interests that you want to promote. For instance, people that are interested in rent.com, housing, hunting, calls, Blackish, whatever, okay? And you save the audience here, and you click on, okay, you of course are gonna need to add the duration of the ad, create new, and then the budget per day. Super simple. And then you click down here on promote now, and boom, you got it. So a few tips just before I finish is take care of your ads as like your babies, meaning that, you know, just think very well your interest that you want to target, think very well of your segmentation, think very well of the people that you want to advertise your videos and promote your listings. And just use this advertising. They are your friends. They are not difficult. As you can see, they are super easy to do these ads on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have your marketing to the next level. That's for sure. Well, guys, that's all for now. Thank you so much for having me. It was a lot. I talked a lot. I'm sorry. But if you have any questions, please let me know. And I would be more than happy to share any tips or answer any questions.
So I'm going to jump in really quickly here, and not seeing any questions in the chat. Is there one or two questions that might be out in the audience? If so, please raise your hand, unmute, and spit it out. Any questions? Going once, twice. All right, you guys, 3 times the charm. All righty, what's up? Oh, I see a hand. I see Terry. Okay, Terry, go ahead and unmute and throw your question out, please.
I have a question. When we're taking video with camera, do you suggest we go horizontal or vertical?
Oh, that's a very, very great question. Amazing. If you are doing any kind of advertising, go vertical. That's for sure. If you're gonna buy some ads on Instagram, on Facebook, of course, Instagram is owned by Facebook, and you want to promote that, go vertical. However, YouTube doesn't allow it vertical. So it's always going to be this 16:9 format on YouTube. So even though you record the video vertical, it's going to show the black strips on each side. So yes, if you're gonna advertise, go vertical and do the promo on Facebook and Instagram vertical. That is going to work absolutely fine. That's a great question. However, if you want to do a kind of advertising on YouTube, go horizontal because they simply don't allow vertical. So so yeah, that's especially for the desktop. They have now on YouTube something that they came as a kind of competition against Instagram. They are doing Reels now, and they are allowing vertical, but it's barely new, and actually not a lot of people are using it. So when people are doing Reels, they're going with Instagram and Facebook. So yes, vertical for advertising on Facebook and Instagram, and horizontal for YouTube.
Nice. Thank you for that, Jonathan. Any other questions before we let you guys go? Any other questions in the audience?
Send Jonathan full information. I think I saw his presentation screen on first page.
Yes, we will definitely be following up with an email within 24 hours, maybe sooner, with the video as well as all of his information for you. Thank you for asking for that. Anyone else? Last call or last chance, I should say. All right, hearing no other questions, thank you guys so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Hiroko, I believe, and we are going to wrap it up for you guys.
Hey, thank you so much. So